Right. Next, we'll be seeing the example of your protected. Right. The protected access specifier is accessible within the package and outside the package, but only through inheritance. Now we'll be showing you the program. So you are having one package called PACK and one class which is having the message, and the message type is protected now. Right. Now next you are having one more package called mypack, another package. And what I am doing in order to get all the classes linked here, I'll be just to import, I'll be writing import pack dot star. So all the classes within this pack are available here now. Now I am writing child b extends a. So what is your protected? If at all there are two different packages also, but if at all it is the child class, then obviously the access specifier, that is if at all it is your protected variable, this particular thing can be accessible in your class B either. So this is my different package and I'm defining one class called as your B and it is extending A. Now what I are trying to do, I am creating B obj equal to new B and I am writing obj.message. See here, different packages. That means what is happening here, I am having one package called as your pack. I am having two packages, pack 1 and I am having one more package like your pack 2. So what is present in your pack 1 now? In your pack 1, what is present in your pack here? I'm having one class called as your A, right? Now, what is your actual B class? I'm having a class called as your B. Provided your P1 as well as P2 are different packages, and you are having a class called as your A in package 1 and a class called as your B in package 1. If my B is extending, what do you mean by B is extending? B is a child class and A is a parent class. Then if this is the, if I'm having a relationship between your A and B, then through this particular object, through my object of your B, through my object of B, through my object of my B, what I can do, I can access the protected members of the class A. Now you can see here, public class A, protected void message, right? I'm having this one, protected void message. So what is your MSG? MSG type is your protected. So now here my B is extending your class A. That is, it is your child class. Now even with the different packages, if it is a child class, it can access this particular MSG. So how you will be accessing? I'll be creating an object of your class B as your obj now, and then I'm calling obj.message. So it goes here and it will be printing the value called as your hello. That is what your output is. Clear with your protected? If at all protected, you can take even instance variables either. So I have taken one method as protected and given, they both are different packages. One is your pack and one is your PSEK and the other one is your my pack. So different packages. One mandatory statement is import pack.star. Without that you can't expect, you will be getting basic error only. Now once you have written your import pack.star, what you can do, provided your class is extending this particular class, if there is a relation between these two classes, then similar to your normal inheritance concept, you can actually create the instance variable and you can access the members of your parent class which are protected. Right? This is your protected access specifier. Now the next one we will see is public. Now there is no limitation of your public at all. Right? Now you can see here, I am writing one package PSEK public class here and I am printing one message and I am giving it as public. Now it is accessible everywhere. Public is accessible everywhere. So now I am writing one more thing like my pack and I am writing pack.star, import pack.star. Right, class B. I can directly create. Now, are you having any inheritance? No, I don't have any inheritance also, even though it is okay. That is what different. Same class, it is obviously okay. Same package subclass also okay. Same package non-subclass also okay. Different package subclass is also okay. Different package non-subclass is also okay. Right? I am having class A. Earlier for your protected, at least for different packages, you need to have your extents. That is your inheritance relationship. But this is not required now because it is public variable. Now public, this particular message, when you are exposing the specifier as your public for this, it is accessible everywhere. So I am creating an object of your class A as obj and I am calling obj.message. That a obj is equal to new and obj.message. Now the output will be hello. Clear with this? Because I don't have any extend relationship, what I am trying to do, this is itself an big thing. I'm creating an instance of your class A, which has actually been defined in your package. What is your package now, which you are currently working? It is your my pack, right? I'll summarize now. This is what your access specifier and packages are. So you need to remember that private is at the highest level. It is accessible only within your same class. Now every other it is not accessible. When you are giving no modifier or a default modifier, till it is your same package, there is no problem. But once your package changes, then your default access modifier, that means a variable or a method provided as with your default access specifier, cannot be accessed in different package subclass and different package non subclass. Coming to your protected, it is the level at a low level compared to your no modifier access specifier. So if it is same class, it is okay. If same package subclass, obviously fine. If same package non subclass, also okay. For the different packages, only if at all you're extending the relationship, that like with the inheritance relationship, it is yes, otherwise it is no. Now coming to your public, it is everywhere open. That is the public access specifier within the same class, within the same package subclass, within the same package non subclass, different package subclass, different package non subclass, everywhere your public access, public variables or instance variables or your methods are accessed, right? This is about your packages. Now next we'll be seeing about interfaces, right? So an interface in the Java is an abstract type that is used to specify a behavior that classes must implement. That they are similar to protocols. Interfaces are declared using the interface keyword and may only contain method signature and constant declarations. We'll see. So interface will usually consist of constant variables, that is your final static variables, and it may consist of your abstract methods. You have seen in the earlier class about your abstract classes also. What was your abstract class? A method. A method in your abstract class is having only your declaration, but the child class which is extending that particular abstract class will provide its own definition of that particular function. Now what is an interface? Interface is an abstract type. What do you mean by that abstract type? It is used to specify a behavior of the classes must implement. Means we will see one example of your interfaces, right? Consider that these interfaces are usually defined with your interface keyword, right? Now I am having an interface ABC and I'm having one method called as your call, right? What is your call? Is it having your definition? No. So this is your abstract method here. So interfaces will have the abstract methods and your final variables, right? I can write a final variable, final static x is equal to some 10. One second. Okay, sorry, int x is equal to. Right, you can see this one. So this is an interface now. Interface will consist of your final variables as well as your abstract methods, right? Right, you have seen your abstract class also in the similar way. It was having your abstract methods, but parallel it was having even your concrete methods also for your abstract class. Now again, the usage are, what is the purpose of this is, the class now which is implementing this particular interface will give its own behavior similar to your abstract classes. In abstract classes also, you were just specifying the class. In the class, you were specifying only the function declaration. Now, the definition of the function will be defined by the subclass which was extending. Now, interfaces, there is for interface, if at all my class should get the properties of your interface, I'll be writing it as implements interface. Whereas for your classes, it is like inheritance, it is like extending. right? Now I'm defining one interface ABC, final static index equal 10, and you are having one method called as your void call method. Now I'm having one class called as P1, and I'm having the this particular I'm having one function method called as your call me method. The next one, observe here, I'm having one ABC, and I'm having one more class called as your P1, which is having its own method. It is not implementing your interface. Now I'm defining one class called as CH1, which is extending P1. At the same time, it is implementing your ABC. It is implementing your ABC as well. Now, when you write your class, a class is implementing the interface, then the methods, all the methods of this particular interface, which were abstract here, needs to be defined by the class which is implementing this particular interface. Now interface anyways, now suppose consider that I am writing it as void call 1, right? This is not a problem. But now you can see an error here. What it is doing, the type ch1 must implement the inherited abstract method call 1 also. So this particular class which is implementing the interface called ABC should mandatorily define all the methods which were abstract in your interface. So for now what we will be doing is we will just comment this one, that you can see here. So now you can see that my class is extending P1. You need to write your extents first. Then it is implementing ABC also. Now I am defining one method called as public void call method. Now, what is this call method? It is present or it was abstractly mentioned in this particular interface. Now I am defining it as some in call C. I am writing some statement here. Now in the ST, you cannot again instantiate. If you remember in the abstract classes also, we were not instantiating an abstract class, right? So now what we will be doing, I'll be creating an instance of ch1, then I'll be calling c1.call and c1.callme. Now what will be the output of this program? Observe here all of you, I'm creating an instance of ch1, then I am writing c1.call. So where does your control transfer to? It will transfer here. So this call will be executed. Now next one, c1.callme. Where does your control transfer to? Call me. Why? Because your c1 is also extending your p1. So obviously this is my single inheritance. This is my single inheritance concept. Class ch1 extends p1. Till here it is your single inheritance. So obviously what will happen? I can create an object of child class and I can call the methods of here, or I can use the variables of the parent class. So call me is of your parent class. So I can directly create an object of ch1 and I can call your call me method. Now other than that, what is your call? It is already defined it in this particular ch1 only. So what will be doing, c1.call me will call this particular call method. So the classes which are implementing your interfaces needs to implement all the methods which were abstracted by your interface, right? You can see now the output, right? You can write print instead of print. You can write ln, print ln, print ln. Once I'll save and I'll execute again. Right, you can see. So what is the first one? c1.call. So in call of class C implemented from so and so interface is printed. Next one, c1.call me will just print in call. So this is how your interfaces are usually implemented. Interfaces can also be extended